Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my series called 5-Minute Book Talk, in which I take roughly 5 minutes to talk about a book that I have read while I flip through the book. Warning, spoilers will follow. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the Poisonwood Bible, written in 1988 by Barbara Kingsolver. It is one of my favorite books of all time. The book is a novel, a work of fiction, and it is about an American family who moved to the Congo Islands because the head of the family, Nathan Price, wanted to convert the people there to Christianity. And so he brought his entire family to live there in a village called Kilanga while he did his missionary work. Nathan is an evangelist, specifically a minister of the Baptist Church. He's also a veteran of World War II, and he is a very pathological character. He's very set in his ways, hardly ever listens to anyone. He feels that he's right all the time, even if he's actually making all the mistakes that happened in the novel. One of the most glaring mistakes of Nathan was he kept insisting that the people in Kilanga be baptized in the river. And the entire village did not want to do that. They really resisted very strongly. And then later on we find out it's because the river was home to crocodiles. Crocodiles that, in the past, before Nathan came, had actually eaten a few human beings. Another of his major mistakes is that in his effort to make the Bible more accessible or even more inviting or persuasive to the villagers, in his sermons, sometimes he uses the local language and sometimes he translates passages from the Bible to the local language. But because, of course, he doesn't know what he was doing, he just assumed that everything he's doing is right, despite actually having a translator in the village. He, Nathan, translated an important statement wrong, which then says, when translated back, that Jesus is Poisonwood. And that is the source of the title of the book. The novel is set during the time when the Congo Islands was fighting for independence from its colonizer, Belgium. So there was a lot going on in the country. At the start, Kilanga was spared because they were far from the capital. But eventually, in due time, everything ends up affecting the entire country and things just fall apart. Nathan's family doesn't get any happy resolution. The youngest daughter, Ruth May, dies after being bitten by a snake. And it was after this incident that Oleana, Nathan Price's wife and the mother of his children, take her children, her daughters, and leave the village and leave Nathan. They all went their own way. And I was actually happy to see that his eldest, a girl called Rachel, very vain and very arrogant, ends up being married to an older man who works in a bunch of illegal trades, including diamonds. She detested the man. She found him ugly and boorish and totally lacking in class. But she had to marry him in order to keep herself safe during the revolution. I think she got her comeuppance. She wasn't really very happy. I don't think she found happiness. And Nathan didn't get a good resolution either, because he died without ever converting the entire village to Christianity, much less the whole of Africa, which was his goal in the beginning. The novel was written using the points of view of the different major characters, but it is Ruth May who ends the novel when she speaks from the grave. She was buried in Kilanga, and so her body was left behind when Oleana left with her children. And Ruth May talks about her family no longer being able to find her grave. The novel is a commentary on the evils of colonization and its many forms. While Belgium had colonized the Congo Islands by taking control of its state powers, Nathan had also sought to colonize the village of Kilanga by converting the entire village into a religion that was not theirs and was not their choice. No one in the village invited Nathan to go there. It was Nathan who wanted to save Africa, quote unquote. It did not go well, not for anyone. Ultimately, what the book wants to say is that the underpinnings of colonization are deep and deadly. It is a very rich, very robust novel, and I highly recommend it.